Yeah, I think my third year, I think it takes about 3 to 4 years for a player to really start to find like themselves in the league. Obviously, you have some who are rare specimens who can do it in their first year, but I think it took me to my third year where I realized that, um, I'm an elite player and I can hang with them guys. But for all the young players, just keep working. It's a process. You're not going to conquer the world in one day, conquer the league in one day. So just continue to grind and everything will work out. Yeah, we actually had multiple conversations throughout the summer about, him finally being happy to be on the other side of coaching me and not coaching against me. Um, but yeah, man, he's very motivational. He makes sure that we're efficient getting our work in. He's very positive. But you can see that from the sideline. So everything that I will expect Steve to be as a coach, it's reflected here in camp. Yeah. Yeah, and it goes from the assistant coaches to Spo, T. Lou, Mark Few, all the way down to the players. He doesn't micromanage. He gives their coaches their freedom when it's their part of the practice. He listens to the players. Um, so he's really a players first coach. Next question. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're under a new system with JJ. Uh, like you said, our two of our elite players were hurt. Vando, who was really good for us on the defensive end, and offensively too with his offensive rebounding, his slashing, screen setting, and then Gabe, who was really out for the entire year. If you really look at it, a guy who is another point guard for us who can shoot the basketball, good defensively. So we don't know what we could have been if we had those guys, especially in the playoffs. Especially Vando, because he's a big part of what we do defensively. But we look at the lineup and we come in ready to work. And last year is last year. We can't say, oh, this is the same team. It could be a different result. And so for us, it's about coming in with the mindset of getting to work and seeing how it plays out. Yeah. Um, the roles are different. I was the guy cheering for everybody, the towel waver, the rookie. I was 19 years old and just enjoying that experience. But I know the role and the experience will be different. Just being an intricate part of this team, doing the game plans and the schematics and stuff, being incorporated into that. Whereas in 12. AD's on the bench and you just cheer. So I'm looking forward to the experience of being, a true part of this team, being a vet in the Olympics on this team, and trying to win another gold medal. Yep. The best shots? Best shot? One, the funniest is for sure Kawhi. Kawhi is really funny, believe it or not. Two, for advice, um, I haven't needed advice right now, uh, honestly, but I think all those guys, I mean, everybody here can bring something to the table and advise somebody on something, I'm pretty sure. And the best shot, you talking about like just making or form? Making? Oh, Steph. I mean, he's the greatest shooter of all time. So, form. probably Book. Devin Booker has a really pretty shot. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be a definitely a partnership with him, his coaching staff, and then the entire coaching staff with and me and Bron. Just kind of seeing what we like, and then also hearing what he brings to the table. What he wants to do, and then just try to blend it in together. We know it's not going, you know, be done in one day, 1 week, 1 month, but we just got to come in and have this collaboration and take it one day at a time, one step at a time, and continue to grow. And we're in no rush to, obviously, championship is on our mind, but we're in no rush to try to get this thing figured out by the end of training camp. He is a first-time head coach, and this is going to be a new system for all of us, something new that I've been in my career and pretty sure everybody on the team. So it's going to be a challenging experience, but also it's going to be fun.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's a good preparation for the Olympics game. Now, in 1992, they call it the Dream Team. What do you think you are going to call 2024? Are you going to be the Dream Team or another name? The Magic Team?
I don't know if I gotta do my homework. I don't know if Magic, Michael, and Larry, if they coined that themselves and walked around calling themselves the Dream Team, or if that was the nickname that fans and media gave them. I feel like we're gonna have the same vibe. We just want to be called a gold medal winning team, and whatever the nickname is that comes with it, we'll take it. But we've got a great group, obviously, so I'm excited about what we're capable of doing, and hopefully we can get it done.
How important are the Abu Dhabi games for your preparation to the Olympics? How important are these preparation games?
It's extremely important because we've already played one against Canada. We have two here, and each game is an opportunity to learn a little bit about ourselves, what we need to kind of focus on to get ready for when the games truly matter in Paris. Everything is kind of condensed. We usually have a month and a half training camp in the NBA before you start to play. Here you have 3 weeks, and so you got to be locked in mentally on what we're trying to do. Take every game, like you said, these two here, to just try to get better. Again, learn ourselves and build that winning mentality. And I think we're going to take full advantage of it.
Steph, how did you learn about the news back in the United States about President Trump? Do you have a reaction?
Pretty much like everybody else. I woke up and looked at my phone and had a couple text messages. It's obviously very sad, just time in general, all the conversations around the election and the state of politics in our country. And then you have a situation like this, which just evokes a lot of emotions around things that we need to correct as a people, like obviously gun control first and foremost, because the fact that that's even possible for somebody to kind of, have an attack like that, but just more so you want it positivity and hope. Like, it sounds cheesy, but it's real. Like, that's when our country's at its best, and this just adds another blemish to what's going on. So sad is just the word I can come up with.
Yeah, I just thought, as a journalist here, covering what we're covering, for this to happen when you're overseas at a time when you got USA on your chest, does that hit different or sort of amplify some of the stuff you just said?
Yeah, I remember back in 2014. Sorry, no, that was 2010. We played on September 11th, and it was the same kind of vibe of what that day represented. And like you said, the red, white, and blue on your chest and USA across your chest. For us, we're going to use it as a unifying moment to, again, use this platform and this opportunity to represent ourselves, our upbringings, our families, our country to the best that we can. And hopefully that channels, the right energy back home when they're watching us play. But I know that it's bigger than that with what we're dealing with. So I just hope that just hope that it's talked about in a way that's trying to evoke progress, as opposed to where I feel like a lot of the conversation is more divisive than ever.
Steph, you used to play in Serbia and against Serbia. Which memories do you have, and what do you expect of those matches? And several words about Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, I've played back in the U19 team in 2007. We beat them in pool play, and they beat us in the gold medal game. And then we beat them in 2014 in Spain during the World Championships there. So a lot of history. Obviously Jokic and what he's been able to do in his NBA career and playing against him. Bogdanovic, I know. So there's a lot of familiarity. I don't know necessarily what it's going to feel like to play them here. They're in our pool, so I know we'll have a couple games against them. They're going to be tough to beat, and it's just a matter of, again, focusing on what we do and trying to do it the best we can. But it's going to be a tough team, just like some other nations.
One last one, guys.
Steph, this is your first time you're representing Team USA at the Olympics. What do you have to say about the experience so far, and of course, what are you hoping for in Paris?
Still early. I mean, we're just over a weekend and trying to continue the vibes of figuring out what the strengths of this team are and how we need to play. It's been an amazing experience so far. Like the energy with this group, a lot of guys that have accomplished a lot of things in basketball in their careers, and it just seems like we're just having fun playing the game. And that's the cool part about what we have in front of us, because you put agendas aside, you put egos, you bring the healthy egos of who you are, but you put aside everything other than just winning. We talk about it every day, and hopefully we can show it when we actually start. And everything around the Olympics for me, I'm just a kid in the candy store, because I've never been able to experience it before.
Feel the pressure on everyone.